And this is it. This is the podcast. This is all it is. And just like that, we have started. This is the start of the podcast. I don't want to do like a welcome, at least at this stage. It's kind of like an ideation.
Nobody's going to watch this episode.
You'd be surprised. Because people are curious. People are nosy.
Yeah, well, I hope they don't watch this one because
they're going to watch it.
I'm in my pajamas.
When I post and I say, oh, made a podcast, just out of curiosity, people are going to watch it.
True. Out of curiosity, I looked at this girl's vlog today. Shout out to Alexa. She makes cupcakes and she made a vlog about her first year being mom. It was actually really interesting.
One vlog video?
No, it's like a vlog post. Like about 5
Like
things.
a video?
No.
A vlog is a video blog.
Okay, a blog then.
There you go. See, this is how bro, that's why you kill me sometimes when you're so out of it's 2025.
I don't go on social media like that.
Yes, you do though. You're always on social media.
No.
Pull up your screen time. Pull up today's screen time.
Okay, that's different.
What's different about it?
I'm not on Instagram at all.
It doesn't matter. You're on social media swiping. You're a consumer.
I don't even know how to get to screen time.
See, you don't even know how to that's just
Settings? I think so.
that's the stuff that just kind of bothers me sometimes is you're so out of it, out of everything. And then
Well, this is the beginning of me getting into it.
well, I hope so. You say that for a lot of things. I just want to see some type of improvement.
I went to screen
Let me see.
I went to screen time. It's not showing me anything.
It just popped up.
Oh.
All right.
Well, look at it.
For the viewers. For the viewers.
We just were traveling a lot, so I was on my phone a lot more than normal.
This is today. You didn't travel anywhere today. You didn't leave the house today. All right. So the people that are so the people that she always has some type of rebuttal, some defense for everything. That shit's annoying, bro. All right. Today, January 6th, Becca spent on her phone screen time. That means active, like your phone is on, it's in your hand, the screen is on. 5 hours and 21 minutes.
Does that include phone calls, though?
Includes everything.
Okay, so...
Let me break it down.
Okay.
Slow down. I don't need you to defend yourself yet. Just own up to your shit.
Okay.
5 hours and 21 minutes total screen time. 2 hours and 43 minutes of that is social media. That's a lot.
That was me reading the blog.
Anyways, productivity and finance is 1 hour, decent. Creativity, 14 minutes. But anyways, back to what we were saying. People are gonna watch because they're curious and they're nosy.
I hope it's only your mom.
Why? What are you scared of? Who are you scared of seeing this or listening to this audio?
I don't know. I'm the type of person I like to be very prepared for everything. And I like to give it my all. And I'm just found out we were doing this, so I didn't give it any effort at all. I'm in my pajamas.
Okay. Have you seen what kind of podcasts do you watch?
I don't really watch podcasts. I listen to them.
Okay, same thing. What kind of podcasts do you listen to then?
Recently or normally? Recently, I've been liking this Homestead podcast. It's about this girl who she does a lot of research on homesteading, and she does podcasts about family living and her kids and stuff that I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been cool. It's information that I'm newer to. But otherwise, I don't know. I listen to Joe Rogan. That's kind of all over the place. And Andrew Huberman.
Yeah, well, obviously Andrew Huberman, that's freaking lecture podcast where it has to be like super detailed.
I fall asleep when I listen to those.
Exactly. So this is more like,
just put that as my bedtime podcast.
Yeah, for real. But no, like, really, a podcast is just like, it started out, obviously, as just audio, just people listening to other people talk. And then that slowly transformed into video, because video is like the ruler of media now.
Yeah.
But like a podcast can go either way. You can do it how you want to. I don't want to have no setup and no paper here and then going over the things. Not for this one.
Some of the podcasts that I actually watch, I don't know the name of the people.
It's good information. I'm glad you added that to.
And I know that you know the names, but they're good.
Yeah. I just feel like it's 2025. It's a good. I kind of hate when people use that as a crutch. Like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Like, that's my resolution. I'm gonna do it next year. Next year is gonna be the time when I do it. I don't know why that just, for me, in my eyes, it shows like weakness. But I'm leveraging that into this New Year thing. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people talk ideation and they talk things like ideas, but they never really either at least try it or do it or follow through with it and like make it a success. I feel like that's one thing as I get older, I like notice is different from like myself than like other adults. As a kid, you look at adults and you're like, dang, those guys are confident. Those guys are, comfortable in their skin and like they do their stuff. As a kid, you look at an adult, that's what you like, at least for me, that's what I imagine. But now that I'm getting more to the adult phase of life, I'm noticing that that's not the case with most adults.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one of my strengths is like, if I start talking some shit, some ideation, I'm actually going to try to do it. Now, if I stick with it, like, that's a whole different thing. But hey, at least we're fucking doing it,
Language.
It's my podcast. I can say whatever I want.
No, I just never heard you do that so much.
What? All right. Anyways. So yeah, who knows like what could come out of just doing a podcast. Maybe we just do it, once a week or something. It's not hard. We just sit here and talk to each other. We do it all the time anyways.
Yeah.
So tell me about your day.
My day was good. Started my 30-day challenge that I'm doing.
30-day challenge of what? Like what? Like a...
Honestly, don't know a lot about it, but it's through the art bond company. My friend, she's doing it, and so I'm doing it with her. And what?
You don't even know what it is, bro.
I do.
You just said.
I just printed out the stuff today, though, was the thing. I should have done it yesterday, but we didn't have ink. So I did it today.
Interesting. I just feel like most people before, especially like a 30-day program, before they purchase it or commit themselves to a 30-day program, they at least look and see what's inside the program, what it all entails.
I did several weeks ago when I ordered it, and then we were traveling, and I didn't get here till just the day before it started.
So like, is it like a weight loss? Is it a mental thing? Is it a strength program? Like, what is it?
This is an interview and not a normal talk like a podcast.
This is how, it's not about the podcast. If there was no cameras and no lights and no audio, this is exactly how this conversation would go down.
It's not. You would not be asking me this many questions.
I would.
No, because you saw me trying to put the stuff yesterday and you didn't even ask me about it.
Because I had shit going on. I was in my own zone. But now that we're both sitting down, we put time aside so we can communicate with each other. Uh-huh. And now I have time and I'm actually interested in knowing what this stuff is. Yeah, yesterday you're printing stuff out. I'm running around. I ain't got no time to worry about you.
Okay.
Now I got some time to worry about you. So back to your 30-day program. What is it?
It's about like detoxing and increasing your protein intake and eating very clean for 30 days.
Okay. Today was day 1?
Today was day 1. I only half succeeded, but that's okay.
The day's not over.
I know.
What else do you have to do?
Well, I missed my morning tea that I was supposed to drink. But I got a kettle thing for it to make the tea now, so I'll do that tonight. And then I didn't do the energy fizz stick things. I clearly don't need to do that tonight, so I'll start trying those tomorrow. But I did work out.
You did?
Worked out.
Yeah, I was... For the viewers and the people listening and the people watching.
Yeah.
I go to the gym every single day at 6 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Usually Becky's right there behind me. Usually you're up and you're right behind me. You're in the car. I'm walking out the door at 6 o'clock. You're right there. Today, you were...
Yeah, because my workout wasn't scheduled till 9:30.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to wake you up either.
Well, I have a bunch of training sessions that built up because I go once a week with a trainer for half an hour, which is actually very cheap and affordable. But I was out of town for 2 months, so I have like a bunch of sessions that I gotta use. So I'm going every day this week with a trainer at 9:30.
Nice.
I would like to go earlier to get my day started, but he has class, so it's the earliest we can start.
You can start your day like before though. You don't have to...
I know, but after traveling and stuff, I wanted to catch some Z's. And it was so nice being in my own bed for once after 2 months of being gone.
Yeah, I went to the gym this morning and, like that New Year's phase of new people.
Yeah, there's a few faces.
Yeah, and I'm like walking around the gym like, give it two weeks. It's going to be back to the regular crowd.
Do you think that guy's dog died with the Frenchie?
Why? Because he doesn't come in no more?
He doesn't bring his dog anymore.
I don't know.
I noticed that before I left 2 months ago, and then we saw him yesterday, and...
That was the guy that I got...
Either.
That's the same guy that I got into the argument with that first week we moved here.
And the same guy who walked in front of the camera yesterday.
That guy definitely has some mental issues going on.
I think he's not, like, totally there or something.
Yeah, he's mentally something's wrong with that guy. That's why he brings the dog around with him. Which I don't mind. Like, people have their issues and some people are fucked up, but like...
What happened to his dog? That'd be really sad. It was like his best friend and went with him everywhere.
Yeah. Speaking of dogs, my coworker, his dog died. It's so sad. But he got a new dog.
I'm still sad about the old one.
I know.
Like my dog.
I know. I didn't want to like bring it up today at work, but after like our meeting, he mentioned something about it. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm sorry. Obviously, we just went through the same thing like last year.
We held our eyes out for a whole week and didn't talk to anybody. And we went on a weekend getaway.
Yeah. But everybody's different. I feel like if I would have got a dog right afterwards.
But Gucci was different. You like raised him from a pup. And like,
that is true.
He went through a lot of life stuff with you.
They adopted Daisy.
Yeah. I think it's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, I got Gucci when I was like at the lowest point of my life, honestly. Like I was down bad. And that dog like gave me like some hope.
Some purpose.
He did. Like I was down bad.
He just like had a personality.
He did.
Not all dogs have like a personality where they can like communicate with you very clearly what they want.
Yeah. It's crazy dogs. I want another dog. Like I am a dog person. Like I don't even blame him for getting another dog because I've been wanting a dog for a long time too. We just have to wait till our timing is right and everything because.
Yeah. Well, you want a dog that you can invest in and train well.
Right.
And that's really important when they're little. So you kind of have to have the right setting for the puppy stage.
Yeah. And this is really not the right setting. When I had Gucci, that was a perfect setting. I had no license, no job, no where to live, I had nothing. All I had was a dog.
Yeah.
How did I even afford, poor dog, I couldn't even afford dog food sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I told you about this, but like, I would take Gucci over to my friend's house's dog, like over to their house, just so he can eat their dog food. That's how down bad I was.
Dang.
And for anybody listening, like if you're down bad, I was down bad. You can get out of those moments with time. Time, and you have to like find some type of like reason, motivation to do it.
Yeah.
But if I can do it, anybody else in the world can do it. That's for sure. Because I was down bad. You ever been down bad before?
I mean, not like bad. I don't know. I mean, I have like a low part of my life.
But you never been like homeless?
I mean, I've definitely gone through some pretty scary stuff, but...
Anything you want to share with the world?
Not really.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we'll just get right back to my problems. I remember, boy, my man Chase Whalen. That's why he's always going to be my homie, because when I was down bad, he helped me out. He let me come live with him in Adrian, Michigan. I was in Tallahassee, Florida. What happened? Something happened. Oh, yeah, I couldn't afford rent anymore. My poor mom had to pay my rent my last semester, which was like...
When you were in college? Oh, man.
Which was like, it's like $1,200 a month.
That's a lot back then.
I was living...
Jeez, what kind of living situation were you in? Down bad? $1,200 a month? What?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Before I went down bad, shit, I was living at a resort. I ain't even gonna lie. It was resort living, bro. Pools, gated community, workout facility, dog parks. It was nice. It was super nice. Shout out to moms for swinging that. But in my defense, the military was paying me to go to school, so they were paying my rent. It's when I got in trouble and I stopped going to class, and I don't think I even got kicked out of school. I just stopped going to school. Then obviously the military stopped paying, because they were paying like $1,000 a month. Nash just got his check a few days ago. They pay him. That's nice. $1,000 a month for whatever, books, food. For me, it was alcohol.
When did you shave your face?
This morning.
Just now noticing. Oh. It's nice.
This morning. I've been reading a lot of books lately. Even Sam, like, he asked me, what did I do on the drive home, 17 hours? I was like, I listened to a lot of books.
It went by really fast.
It did.
And it was like the longest drive we've ever done. Well.
No, we drove to Colorado. That was 22 hours.
Yeah, I guess. But that's the only other trip, right? How far was Arkansas from Tennessee, do you remember?
It's only like 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. The furthest I've driven is...
You drove to Florida from Michigan or no?
You haven't. I have.
No, I have.
Oh.
I don't know if we have.
I don't think we have together. No, not driven.
I have.
We always flew.
That's probably the longest trip.
Those are fat drives.
Yeah.
I've driven from Escanaba to Orlando, Florida. Not me personally, but my parents. Yeah. When I was a kid.
That's long.
That was long.
Jeez, because I think it took me like 21 hours to drive somewhere in Florida with my family. I can't remember where exactly we went.
Yeah, Florida's...
Only my dad and I drove.
You probably went southern Florida then, if that was the case.
Yeah, I should find out. My mom would know. Well, maybe not. My aunt would know.
Shoot, you are your mama's daughter.
Yeah. 50%. Hopefully the best 50%. 50% my dad.
Yeah.
Didn't get to meet him, but I think I have the good parts of my dad.
I wonder what your dad would think of me. I feel like he wouldn't. He'd probably be like, "You ain't good enough for my daughter."
That's not how to
Recite Palms 1911. If you want to be my daughter, recite Islam 1012.
Islam is nothing.
I don't know. I just feel like that's what your dad would have been like.
No, my dad was very, like, charismatic. He was very, like, he could talk to anybody. Like, anybody. Easily. I mean, I always remember as a kid, everywhere we went, my dad would talk to, like, a teller or a homeless person or another parent or a coworker, and he talked to them all the same. Like, they were all his, like, good pal from back in the day. And he just had, like, that, like, way with people. He was really good at talking to people. And, like, he would have meaningful conversations, like, deep conversations, not just, like, surface level. I mean, yeah, he would say, like, oh, how are you, whatever, all that stuff. But,
right.
He's very passionate about, like, sports and family. Family was definitely big for my dad. Like, that's all he cared about was family.
Tell the people about him coming to your basketball practices. That's gonna be me.
A little too much.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know about that.
That's gonna be me. Maybe not at the college level. Maybe like more like elementary, middle, high school. Mm-hmm. But what went down in college?
Well, in high school, first of all, background with sports. I was always a girly girl. So my brothers played sports and I did ballet.
You were a girly girl.
I was.
Wow.
I was a girly girl. I mean, I would still, don't get me wrong, I'd still play football in a dress with my neighborhood friends. Like, I'd get down and dirty, climb a tree, no problem, but I liked to wear heels and dresses and skirts and I don't know, I liked girly stuff. Anyways, so I never really played sports before, and then in 7th grade, I played volleyball. And I was really excited to finally play a sport. First time wearing a uniform, first time being on a team. And my dad didn't go to, like, any of my games. But he always went to all my brother's games. So then the next sport...
Volleyball games.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Middle school volleyball?
Yeah, it's rough.
Come on. All right.
But from my perspective. Anyways. But he always went to my brother's games, and they played basketball. And guess what? The next season of sports was basketball. So I figured I'd give basketball a try. And guess what? Who was at every game? My dad. So couldn't stop playing basketball. So anyways, he would go to all the practices, talk to the coaches, and it was kind of nice now that I look back on it, because it was a way that my dad and I bonded. After every game, we'd talk about the game, what was good, what was bad, what we should work on, all that stuff. So it was really good. And then he would do the same with my brother and, like, the teammates that he played with, and it was just, like, funny, like, hearing him talk about all the guys and, like, how they played, because they were all friends with my brothers and stuff. But then I got to college, and he showed up to my college practices and wanted to watch them, and my teammates would make fun of me because they'd be like, is that your dad up there?
Did he come to watch the practice, or did he come to watch the girls?
Definitely the practices. My grandpa would come too.
Did he come for the girls, or did he come for the practice? Okay, because the way your grandma is, she's coming for the dudes.
Well, that's a different grandma. But yeah, so. Yeah, my dad came to everything, that's for sure.
Who's the best athlete in your family?
Best athlete in my family? I don't really know. I think everyone was pretty athletic in their own ways. I don't really know exactly how athletic, like, Chantel and Heather were, but they were both, like, into sports, I know, and from what it sounds like, I think Heather was probably the most athletic.
I mean, well,
out of all of us kids.
Like I'm just talking about, like, in general. Like, maybe not like when they're like 10 or 11, but even just look at, like, if I line up all your family, You can see, like, people still carry their athleticism through their older ages.
Yeah, I would say probably Heather.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like you could out-athletic Heather right now.
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. I think we're both...
But then again, JP, I feel like he just has it because he's a dude.
JP's very athletic.
If we were to play pickleball, your family, who would be the best player? That's like an easy baseline athleticism. It's simple movements, like basic athleticism.
I might have
That's what I'm saying.
But that's different because I play pickleball.
But if you didn't, even when you first played pickleball for the first time, you can move, you could run, you get back.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's a fair comparison because we're at different ages.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
But yeah.
Who would you say the most athletic in my family is?
I can't say you.
You can say whoever.
I don't know. Your dad's pretty athletic. If he could see that help.
I ain't gonna lie, he is pretty athletic.
He's very
maybe
much in shape.
In his prime versus like my prime, for instance, I don't think I could have taken him.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, because he was on some David Goggins shit.
Yeah.
Running crazy miles, biking crazy miles. Which, just quick little note, I do want to do a Goggins, I think I'm going to start off and do a marathon.
You're going to actually do a whole marathon?
Dang,
I'm just trying to do what you did. The Ironman or whatever. No, not Ironman.
It's a triathlon.
Mini triathlon.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do three triathlons. That's why we need to get out the calendar so I can get these dates on the board.
Our big ass calendar.
Our big ass calendar.
Literally called that.
Yeah. Side note, I want to do 3 triathlons this year, and I want to do a marathon, which is 27 miles.
4 large things.
4 large, what do they call it again? What does Jesse call it? His Musha?
Oh my gosh, what are they called?
Myogi, his Myogi.
Yes.
Myogi. Those are those are my fitness Myogis. I have more that I like. And basically, for people that are listening that don't know, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but a Myogi or a Miyaga, I'll correct it.
A meaningful event or accomplishment.
A big, huge, if there's one event in the year that'll determine your year, that's your Miyogi, your Misogi. Misogi?
Should I look it up?
Yeah, look it up real quick. But anyways, and I think I want to do a marathon just because a lot of people that I know that are successful and that I follow personally, a lot of people probably don't even know who these people are, but one of the things that they all have in common is they do these long distance running. Misogi.
That sounds right.
It's Misogi. So people are listening or watching. Misogi?
Misogi challenge.
Yeah. Read the definition.
Do something that's difficult, scary, or something you're proud of that will define your year. It should be something that pushes your limits and is for you alone. It's like a personal challenge.
Right. And last year, 2024, was the first year that I set my Misogi after listening to Jesse Itzler's speech. I keep on forgetting that we saw him live in Las Vegas.
We should re-listen to that.
We should re-listen to it and go back to it. But anyways, I remember I had to leave. I left right afterwards because I couldn't hold in my tears any longer. I had to go to the bathroom, remember? And I had to cry it out in the bathroom. And then we came back to get my bags. And the timing, everybody's gone. I leave early because I got to go cry in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Come back to get my bags, and we crossed paths. Do you remember that moment? And we looked in each other's eyes, and I was crying. And I was like, thank you, man. Mm-hmm. And he hit me on the shoulder, and he said, I wish I could remember exactly what he said. He said something what did he say? He either said thank you or you got it or just something small. And he just kept walking. I was like, dang. That was a pivotal point for me in my life, I feel like.
I remember what you said to me, kind of. You remember when we walked outside and you were still kind of trying to stop crying. We were both crying, really, but you were a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, you remember we were at the side of the building outside, and then you hugged me, and we were talking, and you said something about how, like, you really want to be, like, a leader for our family. You know?
I said that? I don't remember exactly, like, the words that I said.
Really cute. Yeah. Like, he impressed upon you, like, that responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, how you wanted to, like, take action.
And I feel like since that event, like, I kind of been moving differently in that direction.
Yeah. I want to go back.
I do too.
Isn't it for, like, real estate or something? But it was still so powerful.
It's just kind of general entrepreneurship now. The guy that sets it up, Neil Dingra, is a mortgage guy, which started it for the real estate industry. Yeah. But he started bringing in speakers like Jesse Itzler and Ed Milet and fucking Cole Hatter and Chris Doe and all these heavy hitter names that obviously rich people are invested in the real estate, but they're not like realtors.
I remember I was like so excited to see Ed Milet because I was like, I see him on social media.
His thing was powerful too.
And then like during lunch breaks, like seeing him eating lunch and like trying not to like stare because you're like, is this real? Is this actually happening?
Oh, we walked by.
We're in Vegas, so you see like famous people all the time in Vegas.
It was Ed Milet and what was the other kind of bigger guy? Brad Lee.
Brad Lee.
He's
the other big one.
Yeah. And I remember we were looking for lunch and they were sitting right there and I made eye contact with Brad Lee.
Yeah.
And
wasn't there like another big name that was going to be there that we were hoping would be there?
Gary Vee?
Yeah.
He was there the year before.
We missed out on that one.
You missed out on that one.
You were there the year before?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was my second year in a row.
Oh, I thought it was both our first time.
I didn't realize. Remember James sent me out there.
You're right.
That's where I saw Gary Vee.
You to go to that steak place because you went there before.
Carver Steak.
Carver Steak or whatever.
Oh my God. Yo.
The Wagyu cheese.
Oh my God.
Gotta get those again.
For people that know me, I am not a foodie. I've come to realize that because I'm around I work with foodies. You're kind of a foodie. Yeah. I could give two shits. If it fills me up and there's some protein in it and there's no sugar, feed it to me. So when I rave about a food item or a menu, like, you know it's real. There is this restaurant in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Resorts World Hotel.
Yeah.
The brand new casino hotel down there, Resorts World. It's red, super nice inside there.
It's huge.
Oh my God. Yeah. But they have this super fancy restaurant that I think they didn't let us in the first time because of our dress code or something.
Yeah, there's a dress code.
There's a dress code, but we tried to go in there the first time and they said something like, they didn't let us in.
No, they let us in, but remember when we went with Mason and Carol in that big group, and one of the guys, like, I think he had a hat and some other stuff, and they were like, that's not dress code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was the second time we went there.
We went there twice that trip.
Anyways.
You and I went, remember we ate at the
bar. Yeah, I was ready to go.
Because we wanted to go again.
I was ready to go. Carver's Steakhouse, or Carver's Steak. I don't know if it's not even a steakhouse. It's like this high-class, fancy restaurant.
It's kind of like a Ruth Chris, but better.
And they have this appetizer on their menu called the Wagyu cheesesteak bites. There's just 3 little bites. They're like probably like this big.
Was it only 3?
It only comes in a plate of 3. You just didn't know because I got 2 motherfucking plates.
Okay.
So there's a plate of 3, little petite little plate. I know. Little petite plate. These 3 little like sandwich looking things. It's like a piece of bread, meat, and then like one little like leaf on top with some like thing. Oh my God, let me tell you guys, the way it melts in your mouth and the meat, like Wagyu meat is obviously the best for that reason. But God, those cheesesteak bites. Like, don't let me get to a level of success where I'm going to Carver's Steak for lunch tonight. For real.
Yeah. That was only my second time having Wagyu. First time was on Valentine's when James got us seated at, what was it?
Butcher's, no.
No.
Chop House.
Chop House, yeah. Remember we both got the big Wagyu steaks? So
I really don't remember that dinner too much.
Really? We did everything. We did appetizer, we did drinks. I don't know if we did dessert or not, but we did pretty much the whole 9 yards when we went there. It was super good.
I do remember like going in and then they're taking our jackets and stuff. And then the one thing I do remember is like, which kind of...
Plating?
Yes. I didn't really like I don't really like that.
I thought it was cool.
It was cool, like maybe for the...
Set it down at the same time.
Maybe for the first plate. Yeah. But like not every single plate. And then that one time the dude was late for the guy setting down the plate. So he's standing here next to me with his plate, with my plate like this, waiting for his other guy to come by so they can both set it down at the same time. And I'm sitting there like, bro, just set the fucking plate down.
I thought it was cool.
It is cool.
It reminded me of like Beauty and the Beast, like the be our guest, be our guest.
Right.
Like, yeah.
It's very cool. It's a cool experience, especially I've never seen that before first time.
Yeah.
But every single plate, like, dang.
Oh, I thought it was great.
It was cool. It was a cool experience.
But yeah, that's my only second time having Wagyu steak, and now I know that I love it. So
yeah,
it's a delicacy for us.
Yeah. Dang, that steak was good. We ate good. We had Carver steak, Wagyu cheese bites twice, In-N-Out a few times. I'm pretty sure that's maybe all we ate was Carver and In-N-Out.
Yeah, literally.
Because I remember I made that vlog video, and that first intro sequence was supposed to be like something like The Hangover a little bit, where you already were gone, I was in bed. And you see bags of Carver steak and bags of In-N-Out just laying all over the place.
We did eat at the hotel when we first got there.
At the Flamingo?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Remember our room wasn't ready yet, so we got...
Oh, we went to the Mexican place.
Yeah, and then we ate outside.
At the Mexican place. You got drunk. You did get drunk.
Probably.
Yeah, you got drunk off one little thing.
One mimosa or something.
Yeah, one mimosa. We got off the plane. I just got to break it down, put a picture to our audience's head. We got off the plane. It's like, what, 7 a.m.? It was early in the morning because we had to leave GR early and we time traveled.
Oh, and they're 3 hours behind.
Right, so it was like 7 a.m. and we've already been up.
No, I think it was like 10 a.m. or something. But it would be like afternoon time for us.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were waiting for our room and we went down to this, like a Mexican restaurant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. And they had a discount on some mimosas or something.
They had like a happy hour.
Yeah. Becca drank one mimosa. Right after that, we went up to our room and you knocked out for the rest of the day.
Well, I'm pretty sure you got like a shot or something, didn't you?
It's all on record, baby.
Maybe it was 2 mimosas. We should
probably
rewatch it. It was probably 2 mimosas.
2 mimosas. We get done and we go back up to the room. Becca's out for the count for the rest of the day.
I wasn't feeling good.
That was true. You weren't feeling good.
It wasn't like from being drunk. It was from traveling and I don't know what was up.
So here I am, like low-key teed a little bit, just with the mixture of like travel. Sorry about that. We had our battery died.
Difficulty.
A small technical difficulty. Our battery died, but we're right back in it. You're cut. Nothing to miss there. Where were we?
Really, you just needed a snack break. You were getting so hungry talking about all this good food.
I'm the one that eats a snack break. She's trying to wrap it up because you're getting hungry.
I am getting hungry.
I don't blame you. What time is it?
7:40.
We can wrap this up whenever. How long do you think we've been doing this for? Probably like 40 minutes.
Like almost an hour.
Oh.
I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour?
Yeah. I talked to my boy, Bill Sony called me today off the random.
Bill Sony. That's a cool name.
Well, his real name is Azel Eddings, but it's like...
I was going to say, I never heard of a Bill Sony.
You heard of Azel?
Yeah.
Bill Sony is like his online name. It's like his persona. It's like his brand. It's a brand name. He called me today. That motherfucker is snowboarding in France. And the very first time he's ever snowboarded is when he came to Colorado to snowboard with me.
Yeah.
There's a video on YouTube. You guys can go find it. Azel, you know what I'm talking about. And he called me this morning. He's like, bro, my back hurts. He's like, I ain't doing so good out here, man. I'm trying to remember the things that you taught me, but I just can't. I was like, what are you doing? And he like shows me the mountains. He's like, I'm in France. We're snowboarding.
Wow.
I'm like, what the heck, bro? How did you get out there? And he still has his house in LA. He said, he's like, what did he say? Oh, my phone's over there. He's like, bro, I still owe you so much for that time I let him come out to Colorado and everything. He's like, if you want to go stay at my house in LA, even when I'm not there, just let me know, bro. I got you.
Wow, I've never been to LA.
That'd
be cool.
That could be cool. But that was a good ass time. That man came to Colorado. I think did I ever show you his vlog video from that trip, his side of the story? Which is kind of cool. Like,
I don't think so.
he got the plane in Denver and I had him set with that bus to come all the way to Vail, but he didn't get there till like 2 a.m.
It was on your YouTube channel?
I have my own version of the video and he has his version. Like, we're both like heavy in the vlogs.
It was on yours. I must have seen it.
You've probably seen it, but I'm talking about his version of it. Like when his side of the travel.
I've watched like every video on your channel.
Yeah. But he got lucky though. He got off the plane. He like went downtown and there was like a rave going on outside. He pulled up to the rave because he had to wait for his the bus to come. Mm-hmm. So he raves it out. Bus comes, picks him up, shuttles him to my house. Except for the bus stop in Vail, it's kind of like a hike. And we got hella snow. And it's like 2:30 in the morning. And I think I fell asleep. But I sent him my address. So he got the bus. He probably had to walk like a good maybe 10, 15 minutes with his suitcases in the snow. He didn't have gear. Oh. He used all my stuff.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah.
Wow.
Just trying to think of some of the interactions I had today with. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, this all started with how my day was today.
I know. Isn't that crazy how like intentional conversation can actually lead to like wherever?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm missing here in North Carolina is like intentionality.
I don't think it's just in North Carolina. I think it's just kind of in general. I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you. I already know that you're on the same page as me, but I kind of like crave deeper conversation, like challenging conversation.
Same.
Like something that really gets you thinking and your wheels turning. And I just feel like all my conversations, for the most part, are kind of the same old, same old. It's just like a routine kind of a thing. And when I listen to podcasts or different people who I admire or want to be like, their conversations are much different than my conversations. And there's a reason for that. So I really want to like push myself like into more like reading and like expanding my vocabulary and like my knowledge on like finances and health and all those things. But would be nice to have other people, obviously outside of you, that are like on that bandwagon too and can kind of like share what they're learning and
I agree 100%. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And like unfortunately your environment kind of plays a role into that because like I mean you can like, and I used to be really good at like having those conversations and doing it online.
Right.
But like it's just not the same when you had the people to people kind of thing. And I low-key had, like what you just mentioned, like kind of had that little zone in Michigan with like the people that I was like surrounding myself with.
You had a good little circle.
Right. People that were better than me, more successful than me. Yeah. Not that it matters, but like more money. They already had families, kids, they're already done, like houses, already done this stuff. Mm-hmm. And here I come slowly creeping into the world, like an organic, just being myself, and they liked it. So they like started like helping me out and like giving me some of those little keys, and those just having those conversations with those people was huge. And now that I don't have them, I'm like craving them now.
Right. And I think when I was younger, it was more natural for me because I had I'm still very young, but it was like my first experience in the real world, like going to events and networking with people, especially in college. Like they always had random networking things you could do. And I always looked forward to those things because I like to meet people. I like to, what do you do and what drives you, and just kind of getting to know people. And I really enjoyed that and I like craved it. But now that I've kind of gotten away from that atmosphere, I feel like I just don't have that edge anymore that I used to have, like always constantly wanting to meet people and like network. You know, I miss that networking thing, which I think is why I really enjoyed um, the event we went to. What was it called again? The Forward event. Because it kind of gave me a piece of that. And I think that's why I also really liked the business group I was in. Because the live events that we did in person were very like entrepreneurial based, but also it was networking with people who are in the same kind of line of field as you and you have the same similar problems and you can kind of help each other. So that was really beneficial. So I miss being a part of something like that. So not to say that the circles weren't there in Michigan, I just wasn't seeking it as much. I wasn't actively seeking it as much. But I definitely want to surround myself with people who are better than me and can, you know, challenge me. I need to be challenged. That's my problem. When I'm not challenged, I just kind of stay where I'm at.
Right. That's really everybody too. Challenge.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared of challenge though. But like,
I feel like I'm in the incubator and like I just need a hatch. You know? Just need to start poking the cracking the egg and get out of my shell.
Right.
But I'm just like so comfortable in my warm little shell.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
It's dangerous in that warm little shell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like a lot of the books and stuff that I've been listening to, you've listened to some of the books that I've been listening to and they touch on all that kind of stuff. You just kind of have to like, just do it. Just try it.
Yeah.
Say F it. But yeah, I'm in the same boat. And I actually need to do a better job. I think it's just time. The older you get, the harder time management is, people. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think like, dang, I am bored. Remember those days?
It's a luxury to be bored.
Oh my God, to be bored. And literally, when I mean bored, I mean like everything you want to do, you've already done it 3 times because you have hella time. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, what do? I already played with all my friends. I already played my games. Like, you're just bored. Like, Dad, I'm bored.
I'm really bored. I always found things to do.
Yeah. But like, you know I'm talking about that boredom phase. I feel like as an adult, obviously it varies. Like some adults don't do shit and they just sit around and be bored all day. But as an adult pursuing success, like I want to be bored again one day.
Yeah.
But time management as you get older, I don't know what it is with the brain.
I think it was like Alex Hormozy who said like the opportunities and information are more abundant than ever, but so are distractions.
Yeah.
And like that's the issue. Like my phone, I'll be like focusing, thinking on something, it'll go off every 5 minutes sometimes. Whether it's an employee reaching out to me, a client, an email, something I need to sign, like somebody's trying to sell me something. It's all these distractions all the time. It kind of like interrupts your flow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, and now that I'm prioritizing my sleep more, like I'm losing more time in the day to do stuff because I would have no problem staying up till 2, 3 a.m. trying to get something done or started. Or
the opposite, like wake up super early in the morning. Like I know some successful business people who they get up like very early in the morning and they finish their work day like in the afternoon, like early afternoon. And that's actually smart because you think about it, nobody's reaching out to you, which is my number one problem. I get all this interruption throughout the day. But nobody's reaching out to me between like 3 and 6 a.m.
When we just listened to that book, it was what the successful people do before breakfast. That was one book, and the other book was the 5 a.m. Club. We read 2 books on our 17-hour drive from Michigan to North Carolina about that.
Yeah.
In the 5 a.m. Club, they were talking about how all these successful people wake up before 5 a.m. because they can get all of the shit done before people start interrupting them.
Yeah.
And the other one was...
Which is smart.
It is smart, and
hard to do, for sure.
Yeah.
You got to start in little increments, probably like wake up 5-10 minutes earlier each day.
Which honestly, once I get back to my like owning my own, like working on my own business full time. I think that's the approach I'm going to take, because I could do that. We could easily do that, but I can't do that with a job and then have to go 8 to 5 or whatever and have to be awake and sharp. Yeah. But if I wasn't, and I was in your shoes, I would definitely wake up at 5, knock everything out by 10. That's 5 hours. Mm-hmm. Take a nap at 2, wake up at 5 when I come home.
That's a long nap, 2 to 5, 3-hour nap.
All right, maybe not that long. But I mean, 6 o'clock is pretty early, but that 1 hour difference is huge in the morning. Mm-hmm. Like, and I noticed that I'm getting better at this because last night I went to bed at it was like 10 o'clock. I was in bed, phone gone at 10 o'clock.
I mean, I was messing around with the bread at like 12:15.
I was asleep, bruh.
Oh. Really? I thought you were awake.
I was asleep. But I'm just saying this because in the mornings, how important it is, like that book we just read, to like have that time for yourself. And it was what I've been doing. It's like I go to the gym. I actually started a new thing. I'm going to start journaling in the morning and reading a little bit. I mean, I read a book like in the morning, but like actually like reading paper. And where was I going with that?
Like time to yourself?
Oh, yeah. That's like the example that I was going to share was because Parker texted me last night at 11. It was like 10:29. He texted me and I was already in bed asleep. And then by the morning, I didn't see that he texted me until the next morning at like 10:30, because that's the first time I pulled my phone out and I looked at it.
Wow. Other
than like picking my song or my podcast or my Akira the Dong song.
See, you're so good at ignoring your phone. I'm not. Any little buzz, I'm like, what's going on?
I think it's because I value myself more than whoever else is hitting my phone. Because you're more, I forgot who said this, but just recently I listened to a podcast. It was somebody like David Goggins or something, but he said something like that really struck with me. It was like, in your casket, there's only room for one person.
Yeah.
Like, so everybody else, when it comes down to that point, like, you're going to be by yourself. Mm-hmm. So when I heard that, I'm like, dang, I got to start really, like, treating myself like I actually am, like, I matter. It's like my time is more important than whoever's hitting me up, unless it's, like, about business or money or something. Then it's like,
Well, that's my problem. It's always business related for the most part. Or it could be, which is why I need to check it.
Yeah. But I feel like if you operated in normal business hours, just like that book, I just keep on referring back to these books, which sounds so weird, but it's like they're so powerful. Mm-hmm. What did that person say about, like messaging clients and customers at during non-business hours? Do you remember listening to that part? Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I have to re-listen to it. Okay. But he was saying like how that being too responsive sometimes can like lower the impact of like your business and like the premium quality of it. It's like, I can text Joe because no matter what he's doing, he's gonna drop and stop for me. This kind of travels through everything, but it all comes and goes with practice, and you just gotta intentionally try to get better about it.
I could get 2 phones.
You could get 2 phones.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, actually, that probably would. 1 phone for work and then 1 for Becca.
Then I know if it's actually important or not. If it's the business phone going off, then I should look at it.
Yeah.
Unless it's the weekend.
Or delegate. I guess you can't really.
I can. That's the next step. But yeah, it's crazy because when I first had a phone and texting was like a little bit newer, people would like make fun of me because I would respond to them like 3 days later. Would you ever believe that?
No. But that's like the thing now.
That's how it used to be though. I used to not.
That's like
I used to turn off my phone for several days even when I had a phone because I was like, whatever. I got a phone in 4th grade and I remember I didn't want my neighbor having access to me 24/7. So I would purposely turn off my phone for several days at a time because I just wanted to use it for play. And I didn't want people actually calling me. Mm. And then I'd respond to them when I turned it on days later. It's crazy.
Yeah. And like, which sounds crazy.
Crazy, but nice. Could you imagine being able to turn off your phone for days and not a care in the world?
Yeah, I can actually.
Yeah, that would be so nice.
Yeah.
And it's sad that that's like a luxury.
Right. But I was gonna say is like more I study business people. Like that's like a normal thing for them though. Like they get a message if it's not urgent or like they don't have to do it. Like they don't like they get back to it when the time is right and then when they have time for it.
Well, and the fact that they are able to step away.
Right.
Like Jesse Itzler, he was talking about how he lived with the monks for 15 days. You know how many businesses and things and people who probably want to get over their head?
I know. Every time I hear that,
to do that, so it's like, wow, why am I stressing about going on a honeymoon and not being able to like be contacted?
Yeah. Side note on the Jesse Itzler monk thing. Every time I hear that story, because I just revisited it again on that trip, I'm like, should I go live with the monks?
I was thinking that.
For you?
Not for me, but like doing something else, like maybe living with nuns or something. I don't know.
Literally.
Because even Ty Lopez, he was like, I lived with the Amish, and like, you know, all these people are.
A lot of people have gone out and done that.
Yeah.
Jesse, there's another guy that we follow and study that he went and lived with monks too. I forgot his name.
There's been several.
Several.
Who's the most, there's another one recently, I feel like, that we heard about. Jesse Itzler comes to mind because we just were listening to his thing about it, but
like, I feel like maybe I will have like extreme takeaways, like life-changing takeaways.
Did Ty Lopez also live with the monks too or something?
He lived with the Amish.
I know he lived with the Amish, but
I don't think he did monks. I want to say it was like a David Goggins, but I don't think it was.
that sounds right.
I don't think it was though.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I think it was. No?
No. You think it was because Jesse Itzler lived with the monks and Jesse Itzler also had David Goggins move in with him.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're thinking. But like something like that, I feel like I could take extreme benefits away from just living in the monks in a monastery.
They're very present and we're not.
We're not. And I used to be less present when I was like really trying to grind out on my online video stuff. I was never present. Every second I had, I was like, dang, where's the content at? Where's the content at? And it kind of started fucking with me. And that's why I took this last year, pretty much the whole year, since I got out of my own, actively working on my own business. Kind of just took a break from doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that's one thing I really love about you is you're very good at being present. You're present with me a lot, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I know that's something I need to work on.
Very much.
It hurts my brain. It's hard for me to be present.
But I think in order for like career-wise and for our family, I need to be less present to do the stuff that like I need to be doing. So then when I'm like 40, 50, I can be present again. Which kind of sucks, but like, I mean, I can get back in that space for like, say, 5 years.
I mean, I think you can still be present.
Present, but like
Jesse talks about with the calendar stuff, work's always going to fill in.
Right. I mean, yeah, that. I'm talking like when we are doing stuff, I'm not like over here messing with my camera or like on social media commenting and making story posts or something. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm always going to be present. Yeah. But like present without trying to like make something out of the current situation.
Yeah. I was just saying, we're about to get married. You're like, I might have to check out the next 5 years. I'm like, dang.
That's not what I meant. I mean, like, when I mean check out, like, I'm saying, like, if I tap back into that space while I'm getting married, I'm, like, I have to have, like my glasses on with my camera rolling or, like, something has to be going on. Like, this has to be a piece of content. I'm getting married right now. I can squeeze something out of this moment. Like, that's how I used to think like that. Which was cool though, because it pushed you and do new experiences and try things that you didn't want to do just for the content, just to get the video clip, just to make the video. Yeah,
I remember when we first started dating, it was like we're on a new street with the car, got to get out, get a camera out.
I know.
Like, it was exciting, but it was also like, took 10 times to do everything, but also at the end of the day, it was like, oh, we have all these cool memories like on video. And
right, which I'm tapping back into, but I'm going to need your help. Because, like, for instance, just when we were leaving Michigan, I was trying to do all this video stuff, but I can't do video stuff when I'm packing 30 fucking bags into the car, and I got to bring all these bags, and then I got to bring these bags, and then I got to reorganize these bags. I know, but I'm just saying. And then I got to try to carry my camera and try to get the thing.
glasses. All you gotta do is wear the glasses.
I know, I'm just saying, I'm just gonna need some help. You gotta understand that trying to create the content is like a full thing.
I mean, in that creative space too. Yeah.
Like, damn, how am I gonna try to set the angle when I gotta pack the damn bags? So, I don't know. I look forward to finding areas in my life that need improving and then actually improving on those things. Like, I like that. Mm-hmm. Some people, I feel like a lot of people probably don't, but so I look forward, I'm looking forward to this year for those reasons. There's a lot of things that I want to try to do, career-wise, relationship-wise, and just life-wise.
Yeah.
And I think
we have a lot of goals. I think we've always had goals, but for some reason I just feel like this year is more
intentional. Probably the word is like intentional.
More planning.
Because when I first met you, I was living my cowabunga lifestyle.
You were not a planner at all.
I mean...
You're becoming slightly more of a planner.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I was living my cowabunga lifestyle, bro. I didn't need the plan. I felt like a farmer because I was really going off of the solstice, the weather.
You were on your own time zone.
It was the best.
Nobody in the world would know when you were leaving the house or when we were going to do something until you decided. It was all you and your timeline.
Okay, well, don't make me try to seem like I was like selfish or conceited because it's my timeline because I was doing my stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there was no planning for you.
But let me tell you.
Hey, can we go to my friend's house at 1 o'clock? I don't know. Ask me at 12:55. Pretty much is what it was.
But that's probably like the best life, the happiest life. Okay, obviously you need to like
have some structure.
Right. I had structure. If it's snowing, go snowboard and get to work. Leave work, go home. But I had my own personal structure. I was coasting through life, I would say. In that book we just listened to the other night, I was talking about how you know so many people that are just coasting through life and how it ended up not good. So I'm kind of good that I didn't, I kind of switched back onto my entrepreneurship business path or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because I could see myself being that 40-year-old dude, no IRA, no retirement, no house, but just like still cowabunga.
Yeah, that's the path you were on.
But don't get me wrong, I would have been the happiest motherfucker doing that path because that's what I wanted. And every single day I would have still been happy. But this is like
Yeah, you didn't want to get married. You didn't want to buy a house.
I didn't want none of that shit.
You want to do all of that.
I know.
Yeah, more.
I know.
But hey, that's good because we're different in those ways. But when we come together, we get a good balance.
And I guess
what's the saying? Like, God doesn't want to put you with somebody like you because you're not going to learn anything. You need to be with somebody who's different than you.
Yeah.
Because if you have the same skills that I have, what's the point? But if you bring something to the table, I bring something to the table, and we raise a child, then we can like parent that child together with both of our set of skills. If we had the same set of skills, it would be helpful.
That makes sense. And I recently started thinking about that more often because I feel like I'm hard on you sometimes because I want you to be more like me in some categories.
David Goggins.
Poor Becca, bro. She lives with David Goggins Jr.
You're not that bad.
I'm not that bad. But I do know sometimes I'm like, dang, I'm like being really hard on Becca. But it's only...
But I need it. I do because I'm stubborn. And you could be stubborn too, but...
Yeah. But like, I do it because like... It's not that I want you to be more like me. I just feel like I know that those are good things for you to do. But at the same time, what you just said is we're not alike and we shouldn't be like alike to the T. Mm-hmm. So after that book I read and I listened to that, I guess that's one thing that's good about me. Like I can listen to something and implement it like almost like this.
That is a gift.
Is it?
I have to listen to something 12 times before it implements. And you're like, well, that sounds good. Let me just do it.
Right.
I'm like, let me plan it. Let me cute in my notebook.
Yeah.
Let me do it once. See how it goes. Yeah.
So it's kind of like
like getting in the cold water. I'm like, let me just get my foot in and
we didn't
like full immersion.
We didn't get the cold plunge set up. Which we need a water hose for that, because that water hose busted.
It did?
That's why I asked you if you bought it, because it busted.
Oh, I did. It was cheap, though. I think it was like $10.
Yeah, you need to get another one. But, yeah, and I'm sorry if I'm hard on you sometimes. It's not because I'm, like, trying to be mean or bossy or anything. It's just, I just want the best for our family. Like, you're like a resemblance of me. Mm-hmm. So I can't have my second half out there, tormenting my reputation out there.
We're in that Keener name on the jersey.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I can't have Keener out there giving away money to fucking everybody.
I remember being in sports. They always talked about, you gotta remember you're wearing our school name. You were representing our school when you wear that jersey. So it's kind of like, gotta keep that in mind.
Right.
If I fall, we fall. Same with the other way around, so. It's good. I need the tough love. I really do.
And for those that are listening or watching, I'm not like, I'm not crazy tough, bro. I'm not.
No. You're very understanding.
I am. And if I try to push you in that direction a few times and you don't want to do it, then I'm like, fuck it.
I have excuse-itis, for sure.
You really do.
And Noah does not take that crap, so it's good for me.
You do. I guess
It puts me in check, but I need that. It's good.
Because, if not, you're just going to, like, everybody, don't take no offense, but I feel like a lot of your people that are in your life are just like yes men. Mm-hmm. Which I'm actively seeking more people that are not like that in my life, because those people, like, I've really done a good job of either, like, cutting them out of my life or just, like, limiting the access that they have to me. That's that book that we listened to. Bro, books are powerful. Books are powerful.
Get jiggy with it, baby.
That's what I'm saying. So I got to limit access to me because it's just not on the same trajectory.
No.
What time is it?
8:09.
Should we wrap this show up?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
I was just tearing up.
From what?
Because I just, how grateful I am. You're just talking about, I don't know, us being a team and limiting access to you. And I know how you are. Like, with other people, your phone goes off all the time. I'm like, that's your friend. Why are you looking at that? Or that's whoever. It's like no big deal to you. And I envy that. But yeah, I get all the access to you. So I feel very special.
That part. Because that is true.
Hence the tears.
But like people that I call back when I set time aside to do that with them.
Yeah, you do. I'm just thankful for you.
Wow.
In so many ways.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. You don't really, like, people don't hear that often.
Yeah.
I actually was listening to, last thing before we get out of here, PBD podcast? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I listened to a fire one today at work. It was him and Tony Robbins, just them two.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yes, because usually Patrick has like his 3 other buddies, and there's like.
I haven't listened to Tony Robbins in a long time. I used to, 5 years ago, a lot.
Did you get that email I sent you today?
You sent me an email?
Check your email.
Which one?
Storm cleaning.
What? No, I would have seen it if you sent it to that one.
Oh, did I send it to the LLC or was it just storm cleaning?
I don't think I got one from you. I would have noticed.
But anyways, I signed.
If it was my school email, then probably not.
I signed us up for a free Tony Robbins event.
Oh, really?
It's a 3-day Tony Robbins event.
Wait, in person?
It's a webinar. I mean, there is in person, but.
I was like, was this my other Christmas gift?
There's no way we can make it. But yeah, I was listening to that really good.
I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I'll have to resend it to you.
But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Just to touch real quick on what Tony Robbins was saying. I'm going to butcher it, but he was saying like the 6 pillars of life were like, I forgot what it was, but one of them was like, it was like love, what was Michael Jordan going for? Dang, I wish I could recall those 6 things, but one of them was like love and like, I don't want to say like relationship, but it was like something around like that, like, damn, Tony, I'm jacking this up. But he talked about the 6 pillars of life and how like you really can't be happy and successful without having a little bit of each of those pillars filled up in a certain way?
6 human needs that shape our lives.
Read them.
Certainty.
Yes, these are them.
Uncertainty, significance, love and connection, growth and contribution.
Yes. He elaborated on each one of those and like how much, like everybody has, think of them like as buckets. There's 6 buckets. Everybody has different amounts of water in each 6 of those buckets. And you kind of have to like learn and see how much water fits in each of those buckets for you to be happy.
Yeah.
And when he touched on them, for me, I already know certainty. I don't need a lot of certainty. I don't want a lot of certainty. It doesn't make me happy. Like every single day having certainty. Oh, get up, eggs and bacon, go to the gym. I don't need certainty. I like uncertainty. Yeah. You wake up, damn, where's my car at?
I struggle with that.
Dang, I ain't got no wallet. How am I gonna get through the day? Like,
yeah, like how you don't know where your wallet is right now and it's in Michigan somewhere and you're just chill. And I would be freaking out. I wouldn't have left Michigan. I'd still be in Michigan probably.
Right, because I guess I see that as like, well, for one, I know that I can do anything. I can continue without the wallet. But like, it's kind of like I think that's what it is. That sense of uncertainty is what kind of like, I like it, I guess. I think I like it. It's like, damn, what's going to happen? Am I going to get pulled over today and have to tell them I don't have my ID? Like, I kind of like that a little bit.
I don't. It stresses me out. It stresses me out for you.
Yeah, see, that's what's like the bucket thing. But to touch on that love one, what you said, I appreciate it because people don't really...
Love and connection.
Like, even... I guess without the podcast, you really never even said something like that to me before, so...
Yeah. I think it all the time, though.
Yeah, but you don't say it. So just hearing it...
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of weird.
In my mind, it's like, I'll tell you on our wedding day.
Yeah.
And then the last one, or growth and contribution.
That's...
Last night, remember when we were doing yoga? Rav, he was saying how if you're depressed or something, it's probably because you're lacking purpose in your life and you need to contribute. So what you really need to do to get out of that slump is to think, how can I contribute? How can I add to this world? It'll give you a sense of purpose.
That's what I'm missing.
I need that.
I need that too.
Let's do it.
We gotta just find the vehicle.
Volunteer somewhere or something.
Yeah, that's not the kind of...
It's a good start, though.
That's not the kind of purpose that I need. That's not like...
Well, contribute.
That's not... For me personally, that's a waste of time for me. That's for me. Like, contribute, like, for me to contribute, I need to, like, touch somebody, make an impact. Like...
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, me, though. Not go work and help out and clean up the streets. I'm talking, like... I don't know. Because I haven't done it, but I'm talking like something big. Like Tony Robbins was saying, he got started. His whole thing, how he got started and how he was, is because his family was so poor that they could barely provide food for like him and his brothers and his sister or whatever. So what motivated him was when he got a little bit older, I think it was like, what do you say? It was like 11 or 12. He fed his first family.
Yeah.
And like that like sparked this thing inside of him.
One of his big things that he's known for is every year it gets bigger and bigger how many families he feeds Thanksgiving dinner to.
Right.
And I know as a kid, my most memorable memory ever on Christmas is one year our parents took us to Walmart and they had us pick out our favorite toys.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed.
No, best day of my life.
I know, I would have been.
And I didn't even know what we were doing, but they signed up for this thing at church where you basically adopt a family and you buy Christmas gifts for them because they can't afford to buy Christmas gifts for their kids. So we went out and we got all excited. We grabbed all these things that we wanted. And then our parents were like, okay, we're going to wrap these. Wrap these? What are you talking about?
I'm right here.
What, can't have them till Christmas? No, and so we wrapped the gifts and we went to this little Mexican family's home and they had no heat in their home. There was like...
In Michigan winter?
Yes. Jeez. It was freezing. The kids were wearing their coats inside. There was like roaches crawling around. And the kids, when we gave them these gifts, were so happy. And they were trying to like share with us and The family was very thankful. They made us like homemade tamales. Like, I don't know. It was just like the best feeling ever just to like see the looks on their faces. And that was like more of a gift than even receiving something yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what Christmas should be about. Which was really cool. Side note, this mom, they don't do gifts at their house. They do one gift from the parents per kid. And then the kids buy gifts for each other. So it's more meaningful. Like they're giving to each other. It's more about what does your sibling want? What can you do for your sibling versus like what do I get? Like they don't do Christmas lists, which I thought would be a cool thing for our kids one day.
Yeah, because I think that's why Christmas is so like for me, because my Christmas was not like that. It was, what am I gonna get? Wait, give me. What am I?
And then it's not appreciated because
it's not.
you're expecting, well, did I get what's on my list? And
or when you get older, like this.
you're like, cool, got what I wanted. And,
yeah.
versus,
Or
oh, you thought to get this for me? Like that's so cool.
Right. And now I feel like it's how am I can't get back there because I've done that so many times where it's like Christmas is only about gift giving.
No.
Like, and no offense to you, like you go out and you buy gifts just because it's Christmas and you feel like, oh, I gotta get these guys gifts because it's Christmas. Yeah. To me, I don't see it like that because it's like.
Yeah. But I guess to sum it up, like contributing, giving.
Yes.
It makes you feel good. It gives you purpose. It gives you pep in your step. You want to keep doing it.
I gotta find that dying purpose. And I kind of thought about it when you were talking about that. It was like, I could see myself, if I ever get to a level of success, to like funding other people's like passion projects, specifically like video creators. Like say there's like I find a guy, 16-year-old kid that doesn't have much. He's filming on a GoPro and he has his dreams of doing this whole thing. Like, all right, bro, I'm gonna get you your whole camera set up, buy you a few courses, help you get into a film school or something, and then like go do what you go do or something.
Yeah.
I feel it has to be something like that. Or even like, I would say Thanksgiving, like opening our house to like feed homeless people on Thanksgiving or something. Yeah. But that's not even like enough for me. So we just gotta figure out what that passion is.
And it'll develop. Like with Tony Robbins, he started with one family, and now I think it's like 1,000.
Yeah, but he fed a family. Shh, maybe we should just start housing.
I have to learn to make a lot of sourdough bread or something. He adopted his first adopted child at the age of like 22 or 24. Whoa.
Can you imagine?
That's young.
He had 2 adopted kids before he was 30.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's crazy. One of his oldest kid is like 50-something years old.
That's the other thing. A lot of these people that we look up to, like I was saying, like their conversations are different. They move different. They do life different. Like focusing on other people on Thanksgiving and their families versus your own. Most people are always focused on their own. But if you move different, maybe you don't even celebrate Christmas on Christmas.
I'm cool with that.
Let's buy our Christmas after Christmas during the sales.
Thank you, Becca. Now you're moving my speed.
Hey, like, you gotta move differently if you want to be different.
Yes.
So it's like maybe we should start practicing that this year.
Yeah, I'm practicing it. I need you to in that category. I need you to catch up because you're like.
I'm getting the wavelengths.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Yeah.
Here's Becca. She's like, oh well, people read this before they open it. You gotta move different. Fuck the reading. We did something the other day, and you're like, well, you have to do this first. I'm like, and I asked, I was like, who said? Like, where do you see you have to do this first? And you're like, well, I don't know. People just been doing this forever this way. I'm like, well, It's time to move different, Becca. I want to see you move different this year.
Yeah, me too. I used to be very fun and...
You are fun sometimes.
I know, but I used to be like...
When you're not like...
I know, I'm a little uptight.
Oh, and then I'm not, and I'm swiping. Babe!
But I used to be very like fun and energetic, and I was cracking jokes all the time, and everyone was like, oh, Becca always makes me laugh. And like, I kind of feel like life just kind of like beat me down and like made me like shut up and be more proper. And it's like, I need to like shake that off.
Facts. Because I ain't gonna lie, out of our relationship, I'm the fun one.
Yeah, you are. Because it's life.
Which is weird, because I'm like...
serious. It's made me so serious. It's like sometimes I forget I don't have to be so serious.
Yeah, and I feel like, obviously there's times where you, like, it's okay to be serious, but like, it's life. You have one life.
Yeah. And even listening to that guy last night when he was talking.
Oh yeah, Maxwell.
Telling my 30-year-old self and what I wish I would have known in the last 10 years. I'm like, dang, we're almost 30. My 20s are almost gone. That's it? It's over? That's crazy.
Yeah. I look at life as I remember, what age was I turning? I was like turning like, I don't know. I think it was 25. I was going through like a little crisis. Like, damn, I'm 25. What am I doing? I looked at life. Life is like it's like a basketball game. There's 4 quarters. 25, 25, 25.
First quarter is gone.
Gone. The first quarter of the game. You played basketball. You remember after that first quarter of the game, you're like, damn, shit, the game's almost over. I'm almost wrapped. You're after the first quarter, you're thinking about what you're having for lunch the next day.
No.
And the first quarter is done.
I just don't want it to be
10 more years, halftime.
Before I'm like, all right, let's kick it in gear. I want to go into halftime like, yeah, I got a good grip on this thing. Like, we're ahead 20 points. Like, that's how I want to be.
Facts. That's how we have to get to. And Tony Robbins said that thing today. He's like, the age of like, it's like 22 to 42 are like the years, statistically, he said, the ages 22 to 42 are the hardest years. You're the saddest that you're gonna be, and that's because you're trying to push through. So those rest of the remaining years, 50 to most people 70, but I'm living Noah numbers, 100, road to 100. Those are supposed to be the years where you like get back to enjoying yourself. 0 to 22, you're supposed to like have fun, try new experiences, do all the things. 22 to 42. Life isn't supposed to be as fun. It's supposed to kind of suck a little bit. Mm-hmm. Less time, grinding, late nights. But then 43 to 100, so you go out the grocery store with your balls out. Fuck it.
Okay, maybe edit that out.
All right. No, nothing is edited out. But he's saying though, like that's what like old people, they don't give a fuck. Cause like what they know like, dang. Like, time is almost out. These people don't care about me, just like the normal people that live in life. They don't care about me. It's just me. Mm-hmm. Life's short, man. A few mushroom trips, though, some good heavy mushroom trips, that'll dig into your brain. I remember the last one I had, I was like, where was I at? I think it was me and Ben were on the... Oh, go to the bathroom.
Do we have to pause this?
No, go to the bathroom. I'll hold down the fort until you get back.
Hold it down.
Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, just to be able to just like think of life and how short it is. As a kid growing up, you're like, dang, like this is life. You don't really understand the value of like death and not being here tomorrow. But a few good mushroom trips will plant that seed into your brain. It's like, dang, we're just a one little speck on this ball flying through space for an endless amount of time. I'm only going to be here for a certain amount of time, a finite amount of time that I'm going to be here. What am I going to take away with it? So I started living my life more intentionally because of that. But life is short, man. The reason why we're getting started on this podcast, because I know how short life is. If we don't do it now, when is it going to get done? I'm not going to be the guy that is 70, 80 years old regretting stuff that he didn't do. I ain't going to be him. I made that decision when I was young. I think I was like 10 or 11. I was like, dang, I am not going to regret not going to try. So that's one of my life masogis is just living, you're good. Just living life with no regrets.
I drink that whole big water.
Before we get out of here, do you have any current regrets at 28, 29 years old?
Regrets?
You're 29 years old. Do you have any regrets in your life? If you were to die tomorrow morning and you were like, dang, I should have.
The only regret that comes to mind is not like taking advantage of my time here.
In the world or like in North Carolina?
In North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I think that's really the only regret I have. Well, that's the most recent one, I guess. I don't know.
You're still in North Carolina, though. You can.
Do I have a regret? Give me an example. Do you regret something? I don't know that I really regret anything, though. Like, yeah, I maybe regret wasting time doing dumb things, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like that all played a role in my life of healing and learning things about myself, and so I don't necessarily think of it as a regret.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Keep that up and you'll be living life with no regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe I regret.
If you have to think about it this hard, I feel like you don't really have like a regret.
Yeah, I don't really do.
That's cool. I feel like it's a good thing. I don't really have too many of them either that are like what you said, that aren't like life-defining moments. But I remember listening to Ty Lopez, and he said that he used to go to funeral homes and like just go through like old people's homes and just ask them like what they regretted. Mm-hmm. And he heard some crazy stuff.
Well, with that, let's live this year with no regrets, baby.
Going to. We're already starting it. I've been talking about, dang, I could probably do a podcast. I might be good on a podcast. You might do a podcast for 5 years.
You gotta wrap.
We gotta wrap. 8:30, we gotta get to no name.
Yeah, we're gonna be close soon.
But yeah, who knows? We do this podcast just like this for 3 or 4 years.
Save that for the next podcast.
All right. And then, yeah. All right, well, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
We should do it like once a week.
It was long.
Well, longer. Yeah, you just go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a...
I thought we were gonna like be crickets and staring at each other, like not really knowing what to say, but we probably could have gone until midnight if we let her.
You can keep going, shit.
But this is good.
You need to get something to eat.
I'm hungry.
I don't blame you. All right.
Unless they want to sit and watch me eat.
They might enjoy that. There might be some weird, crazy guys out there that would pay for that. Which, if anybody watches this and you know anybody that's willing to pay for some feet pics,
You got good feet.
I do got good feet. I'm willing to.
He has great feet, guys. All right. Love you.